Okay, now let's try Pak Sao entry, and this time my opponent is going to give me a rear barrier or a rear obstruction. So with Chris's help, I'm going to enter with the Pak Sao and a straight punch, vertical punch, and this time he's going to block with Pak Sao using his rear hand. So I enter, bang. And we're just going to say for now he keeps his hand in his center line position, right in front of his nose. The first technique we're going to do to counter this is the easiest one. I'm just going to take my left hand from my check position and come up and uppercut him. So that's pretty simple. Don't get caught up in trapping. Sometimes people will get so over caught up in trapping, they forget the purpose of all of this is to hit. So we go 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. Now, another option using this particular scenario would be if I entered Pak Sao, he goes rear block, I open my hand, lop Sao, and work the uppercut that way. This gives me a little more control. You guys who are really into jiu-jitsu might like this technique a little better because it allows you to really lock up your opponent and make your technique. So the second option from this particular situation, 1, 2. Now another one we can do from here would be I enter Pak Sao, and then all I do is I take my right elbow, I step in and slip the elbow into his sternum or across his jaw, depending on his height and body type. So let's show that from here. I enter with Pak Sao, I open my hand, and then I rotate in. And if you notice, I'm curling my hand to kind of trap his in a little bit. If I just do this, it can slide off. If I keep my hand open here, it can slide off. So I'm just going to curl it and rotate straight in. You can drive it down into his sternum or across his jaw. If you were really tall, I wouldn't want to lose my balance or break my center by reaching up to hit him in the head. I would drive it straight down into his chest, which is a very devastating strike on its own for sure. So I go 1, 2, straight in like that, noticing I maintain the check here at all times. So those are 3 pretty easy ways to deal with a center line rear obstruction. Now what happens if he crosses? Sometimes people will just overblock, or maybe they're from a system that blocks really hard and goes across the body. The way we do it in Jun Fan Kung Fu Jeet Kune Do is slowly, when he crosses, my left hand comes straight up. Because for me to take this hand and bring it way around isn't as quick as if I take my left hand and go straight in and punch him. Okay, so we call that a cutting punch. It cuts into the arm, and we've used the term called riding check earlier, and it's also a little bit of that as well, because it rides up the arm and checks his arms for a second. Now I'm moving my hand so I can demonstrate this a little easier, but what we would do is this hand, as this one would come up, this one would come around and maybe do more striking with either the Jeet Kune Do or hook punch, whatever you find most comfortable. So the easiest technique from crossing center line is quite simply to come in and punch. We can incorporate lop Sao into this situation also. So when I come in Pak, he crosses, I can reach up and wipe, lop and pull down, and I can come in Gua Choi or Sat Sao, or we also like to throw a Pak Jern right into the chest. These are 3 things we do out of Pak Sao, lop Sao. So I go Pak Sao, lop Sao, bang, here. And if you know, I've moved right in on him, I'm checking his shin, and I'm using my back fist on his nose, or it could be down into here into his neck, or I could use a Pak Jern, you could throw an elbow, it's all good. So one last time from here, Pak, lop, or Sat. Your preference, they're all good.